All right, I'm back, and we are finally on the West Coast. So we're gonna start with the Vegas Knights versus the Winnipeg Jets. This game will be held in Vegas. Um, Now, I will give you a little disclaimer. I do not watch many West Coast hockey teams, so if I sound like I don't know what I'm talking about, I probably don't know what I'm talking about. But I'm still gonna give my predictions because we've came this far. Let's do it. Now, I definitely was very excited to see Jonathan Quick be acquired by the Vegas Knights in during the trade deadline. I with my guy who's on the back of my jersey here, Robin Leonard. Love Robin Leonard, out for the season though, so they really needed someone to come in and give that extra padding, that extra goalie strength. Thompson has been great this season, but Jonathan Quick just pushed the Vegas Knights to another level. Like they're just gonna be insane now. And you have Jack Eichel coming back from an injury, having an amazing season. You just have the classic Vegas Knights guys like Marchessault and just amazing offense on the Vegas Knights. They play a high caliber offense. They have always done. And I saw the Vegas Knights last postseason when they didn't make it getting a lot of hate. And I think they can use that hate and that controversy, Jack Eichel's controversy, to kind of just really light a fire in the playoffs and use that to have a chip on their shoulder. They're the chip on our shoulder team this year for sure, because I think they are counted out a little bit. Now let's look at Winnipeg. I have not watched many Winnipeg games. It's hard to watch Winnipeg games because they're always on at starting at 10 p.m. But they have good goaltending. Vezina winner goaltender. Let me look. Hellebuck. I knew his name. I don't know why I had to look there. But Vezina winning Hellebuck in 2020 looked great this season. Some really great defenders. They have Carter scoring, I think, 80 points this season. Really good forward. But it's the Jets, guys. Like, come on. I mean, I'm just going with the Vegas Knights. That's what my heart says. I think this is going to be an easy one, too. I'm sorry, Jets. I think the Vegas Knights win it in 4. I think this is going to be a sweep. I think Jonathan Quick is going to be on fire. He's going to be like molten lava out there. Also, those Vegas pregame shows are going to be lit. I'm going to be watching for that. Seeing the crazy LED stuff going on, the band or whatever, the crazy Game of Thrones live action role play stuff going on the ice. So I'm going with the Vegas Knights. Let me know if you think that was a stupid guess, stupid prediction. If the Jets are really that team, let me know in the comments. Definitely planning on seeing some hate comments for this video. But anyhow, it's just my opinion, so no need to get upset. All right, let's go to our next matchup. All right, let's move on to our next matchup. We have the Oilers versus the Kings. I will admit, again, West Coast team, did not watch very many Kings games this season. In fact, I didn't even know they made the playoffs. When I saw that they made the playoffs, I was shocked because I thought they were trading away Jonathan Quick because they weren't going to make the playoffs. But here we are. Now, the Kings were basically taken out of the playoffs by the Oilers, so we have a little bit of bad blood. And the Kings are looking to get revenge on the Oilers. But let's be real, guys. McJesus is on the Oilers. Draisaitl is on the Oilers. Evander Kane is on the Oilers. Is there even going to be, a struggle here? This is just preseason for the Oilers. They're just looking to, just kind of get their feet wet, kind of get warmed up for the next matchup. I mean, basically the Oilers get a bye week here. Now, obviously, the Kings are going to have to play hard. They're going to have to be physical. They're going to have to stop Connor McDavid, if that's even possible. Probably not. Let's look at our goaltenders, though. So, for goalies, we have Campbell and we have Skinner. Both are mediocre goalies for the Oilers. And then on the other side, we have no more Jonathan Quick, as I mentioned earlier. So we have Phoenix Copley, who has allowed 92 goals on 947 shots. Not great. Definitely, it's not going to be either team's strength for goaltending. It's really going to be an offensive battle, and the Oilers just have the ice tilted in that case. So for both these teams, we get a little bit different of a matchup. We have Fiala for the Kings, which he's looked really good, and then we have Ekholm from the Oilers, who have really kind of upped, just kind of upgraded that team a little bit, acquired some depth there. And then just the last factor we'll talk about is Evan Bouchard. He's been good, but he kind of doesn't have the physicality that you need on defense. Kind of what I'm talking about, the Kings, bringing a more physical game. They can kind of take advantage of that. Definitely just with the forecheck. But, this is sort of one where I think we can call it a wraps. I'm going Oilers in 5, just because I just think the Kings will probably pull one away. Just feeling like that might happen. But I think the Oilers will control this series, and this will be a dub for them. They'll be moving on. Second to last matchup, we have the Seattle Kraken versus the Colorado Avalanche, the reigning Stanley Cup winners. This will be a very good series. Definitely will be watching this one closely. Don't know how long, though, I can talk about this matchup, being that we're just going to be going over all of the just painful players that the Penguins have given up. And I knew I said I would not talk any more about the Penguins, but Jared McCann, Tanev, why did you leave us? Well, I know why you left us, because our ownership sucks and we fired all those guys. So good on the Penguins. But anyhow, let's talk about it. McCann is having an insane series. Sorry, not series. Let me do that again. McCann has been having an insane season. Just insane. The Seattle Kraken have completely done a 180 from last season. Really, they kind of proved to all the Vegas Knights fans, look, this is how you do an expansion draft. You get your young players and you build for the future. Yeah, you're going to suck your first season, but you build up and you patiently wait. And now the time has come. I don't know if the Stanley Cup has come for the Kraken, but they build up a team where they're making the Stanley Cup playoffs in their second season as a team. What does that mean? And these are young guys. So what does that mean for the Kraken? Unless they really just mess things up, like the Vegas Knights have done, they might win a Stanley Cup. They actually probably are in a very good running to win the Stanley Cup in the next 5 years, because they have a young core. Then they picked up Burakovsky from the Avalanche. Great acquisition. And then the Avalanche, it is what it is. It's the championship hangover. You see it in every sport, and it's rough. You have guys just win the Stanley Cup, and they want more money because they're Stanley Cup champions. So, we lost Darcy Kemper, we lost Burakovsky, and Landeskog is out with an injury. So, really, this is going to rely on Nathan MacKinnon's skill. He's definitely legit. Is he the next Crosby? I don't know. But he's definitely amazing. So is Nathan MacKinnon, does he have that skill to be able to beat out the Kraken? That's where I start to kind of shake my head, because I think he has the ability to beat out other West Coast teams in the playoffs. But the Kraken are just this well-rounded team. Like they are just this perfect kind of like style of play where everyone on the team is like vibing with each other. It is really something to see. Like this is a series to watch. Like I said, now I was able to watch some Avalanche games this season, including the game where I forget who they were playing, but they were down like literally like 6-0, and they were able to come back and I think win that game in overtime. And from that game on, I thought of the Avalanche different. I really thought that they were just gonna be way less of a team because that's just what happens when you win the Stanley Cup. It's very hard to get back. But I mean, they have fight in them. They got the dog in them, as Pat McAfee would say. So I mean, the Kraken, it's just gonna be scoring on all cylinders. We got my man Vince Dunn. You got Tanev. I mean, you got really good young guys who are physical players, and they will get the puck in the net. Now the Avalanche have a really good goalie that they acquired from the Rangers, Georgiev. If that's how you pronounce it, let me know. It's kind of a Georgiev, yeah. I think that's how you pronounce it. But he's been doing really good. He has the same amount of shutouts as Allmark. The highest, tied with him for the highest amount of shutouts this season. His save percentage is really good. It's gonna be kind of that's the mismatch there, because on the other side you have Philip Grubauer, which I can't really believe that he's still with the Kraken. I know he's been doing better this season, but is Philip Grubauer really that goalie that's gonna get you a Stanley Cup? I mean, he wasn't the guy. He wasn't the guy for the Capitals. Definitely not. Injury wise, we also have Cale Makar being injured on the Avalanche, so that's gonna be kind of a blow to them. Hopefully, he's able to get back for the series. So it's just really, it's gonna come down to scoring for these teams. I just think the depth on the Kraken gives them just more chances to score, get the puck in the back of the net for more time. I think for the Avalanche, we're really looking at that top line with Rantanen and McKinnon. So if they're not scoring, it's probably not going to be a good night for them. But really, we'll see. This could go either way. I'm going to give this one, though, to the Kraken in 5. This will be a close series, though, and one to watch. Let me know if you think the Kraken will get past the first round in their first season in the playoffs, which is just awesome to say. But let me know what you think. Or will the Avalanche spoil their first postseason for them? All right, we got one final matchup to talk about. We have the Wild versus the Dallas Stars. Now, the Stars, I have watched a lot of this season. Jason Robertson is just on a roll. Just amazing to see what he's done this year. The Stars have a very solid all-around team. On the other hand, the Wild have Marc-Andre Fleury, who can be a lights-out goalie in the playoffs. As a Penguins fan, I've seen him not be a lights-out goalie in the playoffs. It really just depends. But there's definitely going to they're going to be needing some goaltending help for the Wild, because I don't know if Fleury will be able to kind of carry that weight the whole series, but we shall see. But the Stars have a very high-scoring offense. They're going to have a lot of different advantages that they can use in this series. But I'm going to leave it at that. I don't watch too much of Wild games. I do watch a lot of Stars games because I follow Jason. I think his career is going to be a really awesome one, and I think what he's done this season has just been really amazing. But I'm going to give it to the Stars. It's kind of my lazy pick here, but I just seeing Fleury kind of get manhandled by the Penguins in that I think 2 weeks ago in that one of those this last games of the season where Fleury should really be kind of locking in and getting his, just getting in the zone. Just to see the Penguins kind of just pull him apart and tear his whole game up there. And then also kind of in the middle of the season, you saw Fleury very frustrated with his play style and just stuff going on with him mentally. I mean, I can kind of see him falling apart throughout this series, but this will be a very interesting one. If Fleury comes out and he's lights out, who knows? It could be anyone's game. But my prediction, my last prediction is gonna be Dallas Stars, and I'm gonna say they get this in 5 games. The Wild put up a fight, but Dallas Star win in 5 games. Let me know what you think. This is the end of the video. Let me know your playoff predictions. I'm actually going to post also a full playoff bracket at the end of this video just so you guys to check out, just to kind of show you what I'm thinking and just so I have bragging rights if it does happen. But I'm not going to talk about that just because that would be a whole nother video, but you guys can check it out. And give me, if you can figure out how, just put it in the comments. Give me your full playoff bracket. If you don't want to put that in the comments, definitely check me out on Instagram. My username is Tim the Knee. And send me a DM there of your screenshotted bracket you made. I'd love to see them. Love to see what you guys are thinking. I love how people can get creative with their brackets, and I try to not let any of my biases really affect my picks. Just try to go, with a scientific approach and just look at, stats. But, you can really not be unbiased. But anyhow, thank you guys for watching. This is a long video. Please subscribe. Please like. But thank you guys so much for watching my videos. It means a lot to me. Peace out, y'all.